Yeah, we joined. People were talking. We both hit record, and then there was a good 10 seconds of just silence. Great start.
Perfect. Like that's usually all of my conversations.
Yeah. What do I say? How do I talk to a human?
You guys ever like meet a stranger, like shake hands with them or whatever, or just like introduce yourselves, and then verbally go through all your little anxiety, like mental anxiety cycles?
Oh no, I just ask people questions that they don't want to answer.
No, but like you got to express all your self doubt. Like, you got to shake hands. Like, I'm gonna shake hands with Bond, like, and then just verbally out loud, be like, I don't know what to say. I'm afraid of strangers.
Lies. You're not gonna shake hands with Banya. That would involve you being able to.
I am pretty sure I've hugged Banyo.
Are you assuming he doesn't have arms or something?
No,
you
I'm
have to be able to shake it.
What you need to do is you got to have the social anxiety in the greeting. So like you have those stutters as you go for the handshake, but then you think second guess yourself, so you stop midway before you get to the handshake, and then you like go for the hug, and then you like stop midway as well. And you end up
in
a
just a person you just met.
Yeah, like you just end up in a loop, and you're like, I don't know how to approach this.
Wow. I don't even consider hugging people I don't know. I just met. Like, I just assume that's off the table, but I mean, maybe I have to reevaluate.
Yeah, like everyone has a different greeting. Like, you gotta go with your gut on it, or be stuck in a loop of not knowing how to say hello.
Or you just stumble from like, oh hey, and then you just start saying, oh, you're a hugger, and then you just go for the hug anyway. But there's actually no evidence that they're a hugger.
Yeah, and then you're just like, this is really awkward, and you kiss them on the cheek as well.
Wow, but then you do the double European kiss.
Oh, Shantae, I see you're a hugger.
Question with the hugs: do you guys do the side hugs, or you guys do crotch to crotch man hugs?
I do crotch to crotch man hugs. I don't really feel like there's any other legitimate way to hug, frankly.
Yeah. What the fuck is a crotch man hug?
It's when you square up with another man. And you go in for the hug. All right, because it's a side hug. The side hug is almost like a passive, like hey, one arm and one arm, and it's like, yeah, okay, push him off, get the fuck away from me. You go crotch to crotch, so that's like a man's handshake. That's like
you gotta bring it in. Yeah,
you gotta bring it in. You gotta get some full gumption in that.
It's a good way to start a conversation.
Are you saying cross to cross or
crotch to crotch? Because you're squared up with another man or woman. You know what? Fuck it.
Squaring up.
You're squared up with another individual. Crotches are facing each other, and you go in for the physical the hug. That's
okay. So what about like over the shoulders, under the shoulders, maybe both? Like you do the little sideways thing. Is there science behind this?
No, you do. I do the diagonal crossover. So you're gonna do one hand up, one hand low, and kind of like, you know what I mean. Unless there's a height difference, then you just gotta deal with what you gotta deal with.
So how do you deal with the or resist the urge to do the crushing hug and lifting up at that point?
You don't resist that.
I don't think there is really any resistance possible to that.
If there is a set of passion that erupts into that, like just passion that climaxes into lifting another individual off the ground, you just go for it. And yes, I chose my words on purpose.
Is good fun passion?
Yeah, like I feel like whiskey would be like a hug, grab, lift person.
Maybe depends on who it is. Not a first timer, no.
What if it was me?
I have nothing to look forward to when I finally meet him. Fuck.
If I read it properly, I'll do it. I am a hugger.
Yeah, and then huggy, right? Because there's a hugger, there's a huggy. Huggy. Do you sometimes, as a huggy, do you guys sometimes feel the urge to like lift your feet off the ground when you're being lifted?
Is that when you? I've never been lifted off the ground in my 100.
I've never been lifted off the ground. I'm pretty heavy set, so it's a little.
Even when I
tried to lift off the ground, you would break your back.
When I was a young boy, my parents were like, "Keep your feet grounded," literally. They never lifted me off the ground. That's just how it was.
Well, I'll never be able to feel the feeling of being lifted off the ground and then flexing my feet backwards in the air with glee. Oh, no.
I had a fight with my parents the first time I boarded an airplane.
You know what? If that's what you want, Chubb, I might be able to do that for you.
No, I'm a very heavy set person. You won't break your back.
I like to imagine the first time you boarded an airplane was in your 20s and you had that fight with your parents, not like when you were a toddler.
Exactly. And they were like, Nick, you need to keep yourself grounded. It's like, but Dad, I have to go.
Your parents
driving to Spain.
Where's the honey nuts?
Honey nuts? What the fuck? I don't know what that is.
Were your parents electricians to be so concerned about grounding?
Actually, my father is an electrician. So this is actually, or is that too much real information I'm not supposed to reveal?
It's up to you.
Well, there you go.
I don't know if they're going to be like, aha, not only is his name Nick, he has an electrician dad. We got him now, boys.
How embarrassing is what they're going to say. Blue collar parents, that's disgusting. That's what I expect them to say, at least. No one's nice on the internet.
It's true.
Yeah.
Wait, we're all on the internet.
I'm not nice to any of you.
I'm not.
Well, define nice. Like, do they have to be net positive nice, or initially nice, or all nice?
What is net positive nice? That means they're mean to you sometimes, and then but in general, it's a good experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I can deal with someone like that.
You'd rather them be net negative?
I'd rather them be, have an average that trends towards positive. You know what I'm saying?
So, being nice, you're saying that you don't like a person who's nice as a zero-sum game?
Yeah. Yes. Being nice is on a transaction.
Oh, you guys don't bank your karma? Like, all right, I helped this old lady cross the street. Now I can be a complete asshole to the, this.
I mean, how else are you supposed to find excuses to be a complete asshole?
You don't bank the karma. You spaghetti the karma. So you spaghetti the karma with someone else, so then no one knows who's supposed to be the nice person.
You're laundering your karma? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
You said spaghetti it. And all I can imagine is that stupid meme of the people that have spaghetti in their pockets and they run into each other and they're like, oh no, my spaghetti!
I kind of take Banyo as this chaotic evil character at all times. So when you're sitting there talking about banking karma, I'm thinking as soon as he saves someone from a traffic incident, he's just like, well, now I gotta go push someone into traffic, so I'll be back, guys. Balance.
I mean, someone has to balance the universe, and it's not going to be me, so...
I don't do anything upfront evil like that. It's more roundabout, the approaches I take.
Oh, so European evil. A roundabout evil.
Yes.
Get it? Because there's roundabouts in Europe. That's
yeah,
the
joke. You just stop right there on the roundabout. Just be like, nope, I got to stop and let him go.
That's a lot of honking coming your way, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like roundabouts are your trigger point right now.
Wait, what? You're at a trigger point?
No, I swear roundabouts are your trigger word right now.
I mean, this is what happens when I play this much City Skylines. It's just thinking about traffic flow.
Is that our sponsor for the day?
Yeah. The company that made Cities Skylines, which I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I remember the publisher.
They're from Finland. They're probably scarier than we are. I'm not that scary, honestly.
They're definitely going to be taller than me.
That's right.
But at least they're not as scary.
They probably do cardio.
That's the scariest type of person.
Cardio is scary.
I just imagine everyone in Europe rides bikes to get everywhere. Or public transportation.
Where else did they get the idea for Mary Poppins?
Acid.
Wow. It's a bit of a jump.
Not too far, though.
Not really, yeah.
We're talking about Alice in Wonderland levels. Just, you gotta have a little sample of something to make a world like that.
Wow. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the ketamine go down. The ketamine. Jesus Christ.
Well, anyways, if you're tuning in, Tyler, to the new episode, we did it. We're doing 2 episodes in a day to get one ahead. In case
we're not supposed to tell everybody about this.
No, we're going transparent. Unlike those others.
It's gonna be even more funny if this one isn't uploaded until next week.
Oh no, it's not going up in the same day. It's the we're getting ahead, so we're 1 episode ahead. If we ever get too lazy to do an episode in a weekend, we can just put this one.
Oh, this is the buffer episode, is what you're saying. Okay, so we really can
no one likes filler. Yeah,
it's not filler. It's a buffer. It just means that we're recording multiple episodes with quality content in all of them.
excellent content, really.
The off chance that things happen, like, we all go on vacation at the same time.
To the same place and all die in the same accident.
The beach episode.
Oh.
This is the beach episode.
But I wouldn't really say quality content. I'd say it's all filler content. Like, you're just listening to a bunch of people talking about random things.
So you're saying our entertainment has no value?
Our entertainment is entertaining. I mean, at the end of the day, entertainment is filler, right? It's recreation.
I think entertainment has purpose.
To a degree.
I love the silence. Entertainment has purpose. Silence.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, like, not, we live in a post-scarcity society. There's not, I don't have to go farm my own wheat. There's a lot of free time on my hands. I only have to work 8 hours a day. What else am I going to do with myself?
Wheat.
Wheat?
Wheat.
You've been wheating again.
Like cereal wheat?
Yeah, exactly.
Weetabix.
I have a knockoff called Wheat Bix.
I'm
not even joking. Instead of Weetabix, I have Wheat Bix.
Oh, I thought you said Wheat Thicks, which is an ironically funny knockoff of Wheat Thins.
Just a fucking
with 2 C's.
Colossal crackers. That's a good name for a cracker company too, honestly. Actually, I would buy Colossal crackers.
I can't imagine the baking process on that. It's like, it's always raw in the middle.
Just to be sure not to eat that part.
You gotta bake it yourself. You cut out the outside edges, eat that, and then bake it again.
Oh no, hold on. I got a better idea. It's like shawarma or whatever, like where it's just the meat on the rotisserie, except for it's the giant cracker and it just keeps rotating, and you just you got a little pick and you just crack off the done side parts.
I would just use a blade to slice off slivers of cracker into a pita bread.
How are you going to slice cracker? It's just gonna crumble.
I don't know. I don't know if
your blade's not sharp enough.
Yeah, sounds like you need to buy a new blade for your shawarma cracker.
I like just to imagine a little tiny pick, and you just pick it.
Not like an X-Acto knife or something.
We should get to the topic.
Yeah, so the topic went out earlier this week, so people actually had time to prep for it instead of suddenly getting in the episode. And the topic is what did I say exactly?
Did you put the topic?
Hold on, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Oh yeah, you are in an evil party, but you only commit acts of mundane evil. What are some examples of those mundane evil acts you would do?
I have a question already, actually. Is being a member of a administrative group for example, an orcs group, is that like being in an evil party?
So it would just be evil, anything evil act related. So this is kind of more oriented towards those people that are I want to do an evil party, but then everyone kind of doesn't have the stomach for it. So this is if you want to be a mundanely evil party, so you can be evil, but not too evil.
It's evil with quotation marks around it.
Yeah, so I guess I'll get us kicked off because this is actually one of the most nefarious things I can think of ever doing in real life too. Is you know how there's seedless watermelons?
No, tell me about them.
Okay, so watermelons without seeds in them.
Oh.
Hence the seedless watermelon part.
Okay. This is all clear to me.
I would make seedless sunflowers.
Oh, that's pretty mean. I think this would be a very short-lived evilness, though. I think people would catch on really fast.
Oh, I don't know. You're just what's the whole point of sunflowers, really? To have seeds.
They're seedless sunflowers.
Narrow.
How do they repopulate?
Yeah. What are you gonna do at a baseball game now? Peanuts only?
Is there baseball in Dungeons and Dragons? I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but I just feel like it's really important to set these ground rules as to what reality is like. Before I go answering questions.
What would fantasy baseball be? Because would spells be allowed? Would magical equipment be allowed? I guess magical equipment would not be allowed because in current baseball they already don't allow metal bats. You have to use wood ones.
They don't allow cork bats either.
I like this analogy of a metal bat being a magical equipment.
Yeah, it's plus one to the fucking adamantium bat.
imagining the pitcher is using magic missiles to launch the baseball.
This dwarven team's brought out that what? They're using mithril bats.
Dwarven teams would have such an unfair advantage. Their strike box is so small.
The elves would have like godwood bats or something like that.
They have been playing baseball for 30,000 years.
This bat that he's wielding was handed down from his forefathers, and it was carved from a branch that fell off the world tree thousands of years ago.
The entire elven race has made a total of 46 bats, and this is one of them. They also glow when there are fucking goblins around the orcs. They glow when the cubs are close to a pennant. That's a baseball joke.
I'm just imagining a druid now up the bat.
We need to move off of druids as a topic.
Well, no, but like
somebody's a little offended for druids. So I'm just very curious about that one. It's very
just saying, I don't want this to become a druid podcast.
Well, it's not going to become a druid one, but like I just imagine the druid steps up to bat and he just goes shillelagh and casts it on his bat and then takes the swing.
Wow! So he does more damage to the baseball that way.
Yeah.
He just walks out with a branch. That's what we have to cast shillelagh with.
If we had an audience, somebody from a certain tabletop company, we can't say because I don't feel like getting sued. It's probably thinking of like, Blood Baseball would be a great game.
Blood Baseball.
Wizards.
I don't know where. What was that?
I was just gonna say Wizards would be so broken in this. The more I think about it, they could use like catapult to literally just shoot the baseball.
If I was a wizard playing baseball, I would just cloud of the audience.
I feel like we're on the verge of repeating 2 episodes ago with the law system because the wizards potentially because of their wisdom would be like the umpires.
Oh, would they?
The wizards aren't in the baseball games at all, just because they're too busy in the dungeon.
Well, yeah, like
every baseball stage have a dungeon.
Of course.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing.
You always gotta have the dungeon.
It's like instead of a dugout, they all come out of a dungeon.
Or the bullpen. That's where your relief pitchers come out of.
They're all like haggard and
there's
covered in
dungeon
wounds.
Where they're like magic missiling shit. Like oh god, I gotta survive the magic. I got a magic missile down this fucking horde of like demon.
No, like
things.
The dungeon is in like the level 20 farming dungeon where they were trying to speed farm the wizards up to level 20 for nuclear or the wish spells.
That's how it works. Like the AA or AAA farm teams, like the local regional teams where they bring up like players from, are really just fucking dungeoneering, fucking grinds.
Recruiters.
Oh god. All right, guys, we're bringing you up to the major leagues. You no longer have to be in a fucking dungeon grinding away and hoping to survive. You can play some baseball.
Joining the baseball team is your way to escape that wish black market.
Oh,
I'm just imagining like a news announcement over the orb saying like, "Oh, the Goblin Smashers have been executed and removed from the league as their wizard cast his wish spell without consent from the kingdom."
It's a really brutal world that we're imagining.
They broke the seal on the wish. Yeah, that's awful.
What if you were a young baby wizard and you were mad at your dad and you're like, "I wish you were dead," and then your dad died?
That'd be a prodigy baby wizard.
Yeah, dude, one fucking great baby wizard. Jesus.
Oh man, yeah, he'd be pretty amazing.
You say baby and not like kid or teen.
I don't know. That's the only, I only know 2 ages.
Spoken words of this toddler is, "I wish you were gone." Poof.
Oh, he said his first words. I recorded this on the camera.
Camera? You mean the recording orb?
The recording orb, yeah. The recording orb caught it.
But anyways, maybe we should get back to the topic and go back to baseball. Yeah. Fantasy baseball is another topic down the road.
Sorry, hold on. Fantasy baseball. Let's get that correct.
Yes. So yeah, I guess who wants to go next for their mundane evil act?
I had a good one.
Okay,
I was told not to say it and to wait for the podcast. So I guess now would be the good time, now that I'm not scared to talk.
Can you stop stalling and just say it?
No! Damn it! You guys started talking about hugs and you had me all triggered and shit. And then you started talking about baseball and I'm like, I don't know anything about sports. So no.
We were talking about fantasy
I've been quiet
baseball.
for like 10 minutes now.
Just so you know, in Major League Baseball, there's no actual wizards, elves, dwarves, or mithril.
I know that much. I've gone to a few games. I dated a guy who was really into sports and shit, and I was really into the Angels for that one season.
Okay, so you already sound like you know more about baseball than we do. Because look at us.
True.
Oh, hold on. Let me ask you a very important question. What food was the best food at the baseball game?
Dude, I know what goes on in those kitchens. I never eat at stadiums.
Oh shit! Figure out the question.
Not even the cotton candy?
Especially the cotton candy,
though. Did eat the cotton candy and a lot of beer. Which brings me to my mundane evil. Cursing tavern owners by making all of their ale and wine secretly non-alcoholic.
Oh,
that's cruel. You know what? That's just downright mean.
Yeah, I feel like that's just like what's the word for this? That's just deceiving people. Like,
isn't that mundane evil? Deception?
It's like when somebody orders a Coke and you give them a Diet Coke.
Hold on. How did this? So you're saying that cursing a tavern with non-alcoholic drinks is deceitful, but not seedless sunflower seeds?
Well, you can see what you're getting, but with this non-alcohol, you don't know until it's too late. Like, imagine this. You're a peasant. You've toiled in the fields all day. All you're looking forward to is for that room warm ale at the end to get you through into the night and start the next day. And it's just non-alcoholic. It's not refreshing or anything. Like, you don't get a buzz. You don't get any help going to sleep from it. It's a disappointment to an already hard day. And then at that point, there's only one option.
Would it also
going to sleep? That's the option.
I mean,
going home to your family.
Being with your wife.
I kind of figured that, it would mean the patrons would be spending more money. They're going to be sober longer and realize, wait a second, my beer's not working anymore. Shit.
My beer's not working.
They're going to find something else to do. And just secretly keep all the alcohol for myself. The good stuff.
So would all of that alcohol then also or non-alcohol alcohol, just be a bunch of empty, like even more empty carbs?
Yeah, that's the secondary evil.
I cursed your carbs to be empty.
Oh.
No, my wheat bread. Now it's white bread.
But I don't know. I'm just imagining the local newspaper or news reader, I should say. They can't afford newspapers. It's fantasy. There's no mass production. I just imagine the news reader's statements, just like, local tavern goes out of business from not having alcoholic beverages. Meanwhile, we found a woman dead from alcohol poisoning.
Hey, I know my limits, damn it.
Yeah, is there like equivalent exchange? Is it for everything you curse to be non-alcoholic? Like
something else becomes more.
Yeah.
All the milk in the nurseries are now alcoholic.
Fetal alcohol syndrome. Out of nowhere.
Oh, no.
It's not like full alchemical exchange, though. It's just chemistry. It's just simply, removing part of the fermentation process, but by magic. And, it's just barrels of, because it's a cursed tavern, barrels of perfectly good mead and ale and wine, fully alcoholic, until they cross the threshold. Then suddenly,
what if they leave the threshold?
It's like nothing but Zima.
What if they leave the threshold? I think the Zima had alcohol in it, though.
Nope.
What?
That was the whole point of Zima, is it was non-alcoholic.
Oh my god, I always thought Zima was like a Bacardi, like 03 or whatever the fuck they are and all that shit.
It was a non-alcoholic malt beverage back in the day when your Seagrams, and it was before Smirnoff Ice got big. Wow, this shows how old I am when I.
So what happens if you take a barrel of ale into the tavern, but then pour a mug, and then walk out of it?
Hey, I am mundane evil party. That's above my pay grade. Okay, that's
doesn't re-alcohol it?
I don't know. I didn't
think
that far ahead.
I'm asking if the premise is cursed and whether that, like,
If
it's cursing the tavern, so it's not so much cursing the person's alcohol; it's just cursing their tavern.
So if that's the case, and what Chubb said does apply, it would also work the normal way where the people would be in there drinking a shit ton, not getting drunk, being like, "This sucks," walk out the door, and all of a sudden just bam,
alcohol poisoning, dead.
Not my problem. I just cursed the establishment.
Starting to think this isn't a mundane evil.
Yeah, that sounds like a mastermind.
Like a nefarious.
Hey, we should vote. We should vote as a group after everybody's done presenting their evils, like per evil. So we should go. We should do it like a roll call.
Wait, I have a question though. Does the act have to be mundane, or does the results have to be mundane as well?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, because you guys are reading way too much into mine. That's not fair. No one questioned seedless freaking sunflower seeds and thought, oh, hey, that's whatever. They didn't think of any agricultural collapse due to lack of proper pollination. No, it was just, oh, well, nothing to eat at baseball games. Yet I'm the bad guy.
Oh, man, that was great.
Yeah,
that's my reaction when there's nothing to eat at a baseball game either.
I don't see sunflowers being a linchpin in like any economy or daily life activity.
But you got to think about the agricultural side of it, of bees and the pollination.
There's other flowers out there.
There's cycles and stuff that involves that, and sunflowers are a part of that.
But there's other flowers that can cover that.
And there's other taverns people can drink at that aren't cursed.
I feel like I feel like you're just cursing the owner to go out of business into poverty.
Yes.
Mundane evil, not my problem. He should have had a side job.
I guess cursing.
You should have had some bootstraps to pull him up.
So hold on. Well, then, Banyo, I guess, be a bit more descriptive. Are you forcing other people's sunflower seed businesses to be cursed like this, or are you starting your own business of seedless sunflower seeds?
Okay, I'm not starting my own business, just releasing that into the wild, and it may or may not propagate into the normal sunflower business.
Oh, see, that is far wider collateral.
Yeah, his is also rather.
But Banyo's is an extinction event, essentially.
Yeah, calamity.
The Monsanto of the wizarding world.
And at that point, you probably don't want the bees because you want to be pollinated by hand, because if you run into a seedless sunflower, you want to make sure it doesn't pollinate a seeded sunflower.
Give Dick Cheney a call and give him his character idea.
On an interesting thought with that, hand pollinating, is that essentially just jerking off a sunflower?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You dress up as a French maid, get a duster, and go at it.
Oh,
do you delicately? I don't even want to make a comment about this because
I do. We're going to skirt around this one.
I'm going to go ahead and move on from this topic.
Yeah, we'll just the implication is there.
That's a birds and the bees conversation we never thought we'd have to avoid.
I don't even know what the birds and the bees are about.
I'm not even sure if that's TOS.
Tickling on sight.
So who's next to this good evil thing?
I would be a wizard who made it rain too long and ruin everyone's crops. But like they'd be like, it's
Seattle.
They'd be like,
I was gonna say.
What?
You're like the patron god of the Pacific Northwest now.
Oh yeah. They'd be like, hasn't rained for 30 weeks, wizard. Please make it rain. I'd be like, you got it, and I'd make it rain, and then too much, and then what would happen is the roots would not grow deep, and all the crops would be ready to be blown away by the wind. Oh, that's even more evil. I would overwater the crops so that they grow weak root structures, so they're not stable, and a light breeze blows them over.
You're also then causing, untold damage to this community. Mudslides? Yeah. Mudslides would be a thing.
Fungal growth.
The crop destruction kind of makes mine.
Yeah, you guys are like literally just the four horsemen of the apocalypse right now.
Well, the act is mundane, like that's the whole point. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. And I thought the whole point was to make the outcome as severe as possible from like the most mundane action.
But also, Nyx isn't completely evil because that is an opportunity for a lumberer, because you can use planks to walk over the now muddy streets.
Oh yeah. So one guy'd make some money. Everyone else would starve to death.
But they're clearly not going to the taverns because A, it's non-alcoholic, and B, if all the crops are destroyed, there's no ale production, so there's no reason to go to the taverns. That's a twofold.
And we don't have to worry about seeing the sunflowers anymore.
Because there's no sun anyway.
This fantasy world starts to sound like it sucks.
This is very terrible.
Yeah, probably.
This mundane evil group so far is setting up to be the big bads of all adventure parties.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Strategically engineering fucking extinction events and climate collapse.
You're just like in a campaign, and it's like the town has no food. It must be the goblins, and you spend like 40 sessions just eliminating the goblin race, and then just like turns out it was like Ted, the level 4 wizard in the town next door, just casting too many storm clouds or something. Like, well, that was misguided. He dies to a cat or something.
So I do want to point out, though, that the evil acts are the results, and that depends on the DM.
True.
So if the DM can't think of the economic impacts of such events,
it's like roll for drainage. You rolled an 18. That's a pretty porous soil.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta figure out the porous permutation of the soil real quick. I got a chart for this.
Yeah.
It's permeating pretty decent permafrost.
Yeah,
roll for mold.
Roll for mold. Oh, roll for sudden temperature drop and fucking permafrost.
Yep.
Man, this makes me want to play a farming game with Dungeons and Dragons world. So it's like really challenging, and you gotta put all your points into farming. I don't know what else to describe it. That's just what I would do.
I mean, on that point, I'll go next. I had an idea to essentially create a curse or curse a town to where whatever they believe in a negative capacity can actually happen without failing. So if people believe that their, for instance, wagons are repaired, their wheels will squeak to holy hell. Stay with me on this one. Spells will be redundant. So there will be spells like, almost like fucking, you know what I mean? It's kind of like orc beliefs. But the further someone believes something is done, the worse kind of residual effects they have. Squeaky wheels, bright lights. All sorts of stuff like that. I feel like that would drive people mad without actually being pure evil.
So positive thoughts lead to inconvenience.
There you go. Thank you. English.
Wow. It's a Schadenfreude world. I don't know how to say that word properly. I probably said it wrong. It'd be terrifying.
If people think a boot will be comfortable, it will have rocks in it.
Horrible. I think that you would eventually just train individuals to have incredibly negative thoughts that lead to like good outcomes. Like, I bet that boot feels like shit, and then they put their feet in there and they're like, "Oh, this sucks," but it's like the most comfortable boot you've ever been in.
Some bright-eyed new little adventure shows up, and they're like, "Boy, I love life, man! Isn't it a great day?" And then just everyone starts throwing rocks at him.
Shut up! You're gonna ruin the day.
They'd be the most cynical but comfortable people on the face of the earth.
Right?
I think it.
The most bright-eyed type blacksmith's apprentice who's worked for years, is ready to become a master. He truly believes in his skill. The master had mentioned something about leaving the shop when leaving the shop to an apprentice when he passes on or is ready to retire. The day comes and he leaves it to his jackass nephew.
Oh man.
I feel it's just chaotic enough, but evil enough as well, without being purely evil.
Well, actually, I think you would create a heavily religious town where everyone is non-materialistic in their beliefs. I guess kind of like that form of Buddhism or whatever.
Well,
it would cause like a new religion flowing out from the town and influencing other towns and nearby kingdoms.
Is this
like that they don't like feel that way because they want to, they have to, but everyone else is like, man, look at them, they're so smart, they're so wise. The townsfolk is like, fuck you, this is where I have to live.
So you're saying this would be a local phenomenon, and if you traveled far enough away from the town, you would just like get away from the problem.
Yeah, it would have to be, otherwise that'd be a worldwide evil.
Can you imagine there'd just be like this dead zone of negativity that no one wants to be in? We don't go there, it's quite unpleasant. Oh man.
So is it only positive thoughts turn bad?
No, inconvenience.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they turn bad, it's just that they become an inconvenience.
So like, it's a nice day out, and then a cloud shows up.
And something happens. Yeah, essentially, like it starts raining.
So I can see it now. They wall it off, and then all prisoners are put in there, and eventually the king's airship goes down while over it, and they have to send in a eye patch wearing adventure.
Motherfucker.
Yes.
See, now you're thinking like a DM.
And they'll call the campaign will be Escape from
Negative Space. Escape from New Jersey.
What if you went into a like spell shop and you just said, hey, I actually want to pick up a spell, so I'm gonna pick up like light, right? And they teach you how to summon a light source, and you're like, fantastic. They give you the book, you go outside and you say, I'm gonna try this. Right when you cast the spell, they give you a flint. That spell gives you a flint. They just inconvenienced you, but taught you the spell.
That's actually good. Oh, that's so fucked up.
That's what I mean. It's like, it's not that it's bad, it's that great. Like, it's there, but it's an inconvenience.
The town's motto just becomes, "Oh, god damn it."
You go to cast magic missiles, and it's like, here's some paper. Now make some paper airplanes that explode. Have fun.
Do the math.
You gotta like flick the paper airplanes that exploded people manually.
I'm imagining the pillar spell. Just like, and here's some cinder blocks and
some mortar.
Yeah.
Make the pillar yourself.
The bootstrap world. That's basically what it is. Fireball, and it's like a bucket of pitch and like some matches. God damn it. Okay, I guess I'm throwing it. That would be mighty inconvenient. You're a cleric and you cast heal, and it just like summons an Advil.
Oh, I hope for leeches.
Leeches.
There's nothing a good leeching can't fix.
True. That is a truth.
I don't believe that, but
it sounds like you haven't had a good leeching.
Nope. Can't say that I have.
It works for everything, just like Life Alert.
It's like, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Have you tried leeches? Grandma, stop taking her leeches.
Imagine falling and not be able to get up, but you're being chased by a giant leech.
Oh man, that would suck. The leech would suck, actually. Get it?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to my joke hour.
So yeah, on that note, we should move on to the next one.
Okay, I already said mine, which was the rain. Who needs to tell us their?
I don't actually have one because I didn't do my homework.
I just made one up on the spot because I'm a creative individual, so you should do the same thing.
Okay, well I'm not a creative individual.
Zenny?
I have mine, but ironically, I was hoping for mine to go last. But
management
doesn't have it.
Management can do some focus group stuff real quick.
Focus group stuff?
Like, all right, some Saruman shit. Cut down the ants. Open up a paper mill, and the paper is enchanted to give everybody paper cuts.
Oh wow, that would suck.
And then create but see, really, you're in control, so you force the creation of a super bureaucracy that requires triplicate of everything.
And you force them to order the paper that.
Of course, because it's a government supply issue. So of course I'd make them buy it off my paper mill.
Wow.
Okay, but see that falls under bureaucratic evil, which is totally different from.
I don't know what bureaucratic evil lies on the whole alignment thing. I'll be honest.
Actually, yeah. I mean, bureaucratic evil is pretty much an oxymoron. It's redundancy. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna point it out. I think we've gone with too high-level mundane evil acts because all of them require high-level magic. Or
mine doesn't require magic.
A geneticist.
mine doesn't require any of that.
Or owning a lot of money to start a business.
I mean, you just gotta conquer somebody. That's all.
You just gotta do a real evil act to do the mundane stuff afterwards.
Well,
something that a level 0 peasant can do. That's what the evil has to be. Very, very simple evil. I would glance at the Lord's wife's knickers, causing her to fancy me. I don't know what else there would be.
Well, when can you learn to speak to animals?
That's what class? What class are you?
I forgot. Like Druid talk.
We're supposed to point you first.
Every class is open to conversations like this. What is it? Druid that can learn it the soonest, the earliest?
Yeah, I think Bard is like 2 or 3.
Oh, see, then I was thinking all you have
Bard,
to do is
Druid,
just
Ranger.
Teach a bunch of local squirrels to steal bread from every fucking store. There you go.
Wow.
I mean,
you commit yourself to... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you want like level 0, like peasant can do this mundane evil. Just every time, the stall owner turns around at market, just bruise some of his fruit and walk away.
Wow. Just imagine he catches you one day just smacking some apples. Oh my god.
Oh, how about this? Drawing water from the local well to then throw in one spot in the street so it gets too muddy for wagons to go through.
Oh, that sounds evil. Not telling the truth about the weight of your yield by a few feathers so you gain slightly more currency.
That's just lying.
Isn't that a benign evil? Is lying evil in this world or not?
Depends on the lie, I think.
It's mundane, dude. But I don't think it's evil.
Guys, we're over 46.
I would just whisper Mephistopheles everywhere. That's what I would do.
For this episode, it doesn't really matter how long we go.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So I guess like there's like those little white lies, and then there's the lie with the queen.
Oh my!
The lie with the queen.
Yeah, you seduced her with her knickers.
I would just be a watchtower for the evilists of gods, assuming the whole rule where you say their name brings them the ability to see in the area. I would just be like, every morning I would recite every evil god's name so they could have visibility into our small hamlet. I just imagine the god would be like enjoying his day, and God damn it, I have to look at Goldshire again. Stop saying my name. The place is boring.
Just imagine you're up there dressed like Skeletor.
That's kind of poetic because it's evil. You're invoking evil's name, but you're also making evil mad.
Oh man, you're like, take a look at this, Orcus, and then you're just like, suck it. He's like, God damn it. Wow. I'm the only one laughing at this, and that's okay.
Would it be...
I hate looking at this village. There's no alcohol in the taverns.
Would it be mundane or would it be a mundane evil to create a business that bottles rainwater and resells it?
This is not mundane. That's Republican.
Oh.
Too real.
Oh.
Sorry, we're not supposed to talk about politics here.
You've
just created Nestle Corporation.
No. I'm not gonna get sponsored.
So, before we get too off track, what's Zenny's mundane thing before we go back to level 0 mundane stuff?
So, the reason why I wanted to go last was only because, and especially hearing everyone's ideas, was whenever I tried to think of anything, I couldn't. Like, I was just like, it doesn't go past mundane. And to make the long thought process that I had, since you gave it to us early, short, the best comparison is basically Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb, and it's literally just a person that wanted to be the hero. It's all they wanted to be was to be a hero. But yet, for some reason, no matter how hard they try, they always end up just causing more wrong than good. And it's just like the evil villain in the group that knows that at the end of the day, they're not going to succeed. They're going to get beaten up by the random level 2 adventurer. And it's just, they live this 8 to 5 grind of trying to do good, but always doing bad. Just no matter what, it's always the same repetitive thing every time. And it's just mundane, and they're stuck in this little cycle.
God, that's depressing as hell.
It is, but it was the only way I could think of it being mundane. Because if it's mundane, it has to be repetitive, or it has to have some boring or trivial to it.
Well, I'm depressed. Thanks, everyone. Maybe the real mundane evil is telling us about that mundane evil.
He's an energy vampire.
That's cool.
If anybody's not familiar with what that is, it's you remember What We Do in the Shadows? They have a TV show. One of the characters is an energy vampire, so he's like a daywalker. And what he does is he just kind of like sucks the energy out of you, like, you know, he's like an office worker, comes up to you and just gives you like the most boring, mundane ass story. So you start yawning, and that's how he feeds. That would actually be mundane evil. That's really mundane evil.
Yeah. I can see that.
I guess should we call it there on a sad note?
I'm not done, but we can stop it. Fine.
Nick can do the outro. Go.
Oh, what else do you got?
I don't know. I just feel like there's just so much you can do to ruin a lot of people's lives as a level 0 adventurer. I just, like, release weevils into the wheat pile. That's not mundane. That's quite evil. Maybe I'm just an evil person in general. I need to come to terms with that. Nothing I said was mundane.
That's why it's like mundane evil. You have to like try to do evil, but you can never succeed in it.
Well, you can succeed in it. It's not. It shouldn't affect people too much. But we want things that have huge ramifications. They may seem small, but they were big.
I was gonna say, would it be evil if, a bard just took a person into a closed quarter, flooded it, like locked the person down in the chair, flooded it up to their neck in water, and just started playing horrible music, and we just called it water barding?
That's
on that note, we should just end.
That's good. Let's end it on water barding. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm disturbed by this. Thank you, everybody.
Just some mild war crimes.
Thank you for topping what I said, so it's not me that's the sad outro.
You're welcome.